it's Eric and Julie with 365, and today, besides standing in a tree, we're gonna go do some touristy stuff, I guess what you say. Even when you live on the island for a long time, it's fun to go around and check out all the cool places that there are.
So we have two friends visiting,
yeah,
and so they're with us right now, and they had different ideas of what they wanted to do while they were on Big Island, but today we got them to agree on one thing, and that's going down south to discover what happens when you drive from Kona down past Volcanoes National Park. So we're going to do some fun things along the way, and this is your quintessential travel video of things you do in one day if you want to go get a malasada, see some cool trees, see some turtles on a black sand beach. So we're going to show you. Right?
So where are we right now?
We are in Manuka Wayside Park. I'll tell you why that's called that.
Yeah.
But this is where you're going to go to the bathroom if you're on your way to Point South, and you might want to stop here. And their pit toilet's not the best, but there's lack of services all the way back down from here to Volcanoes National Park. So.
But what's cool about this park is it's a collection of exotic trees, and they're not Hawaiian natives, but they are some very interesting trees. So if you get a chance and you stop here, be sure you walk around the grounds, because you'll go, what the heck is that?
If you like trees, these were planted between 1930 and 1950. There you go. There's a little tippo for you. So we are on our way. Let's take out for the day. You know those things that you drive over in parking garages that pop out your tires? Yeah, this is nature's version of that. We don't really know the name of this tree. If you do, please drop it in the comments. But it's one of the more interesting species they have here. It's kind of cool. Look, it's a twisty thing. And next to it, this is that one. Next to it is a tree that also has, where's that one? It has, oh, right there. It's, here, come. Because it actually has thorns on the tree to stop things from climbing up it. So as you guys have been watching us over the last couple of years, there's some times where I mispronounce something. And for a long time when we come up to this wayside, I've been pronouncing it Manuka. Manuka in Hawaiian means honey. This actually is called Manuka. And you can see that by having the, there's a word for that, over the A, that it's pronounced Manu, meaning bird, and Ka, the. And I found an interesting story about why it's called that from a nice Hawaiian lady, Akumu, that said that this was a place where a small road would come by, and a guy up here who was a thief would basically ambush the travelers and steal from them. And so they called it Manuka, like the bird that attacks. And so that's where it really got its name. So we're in Ka'u, which is in the southern part of the Big Island, and they are getting really well known for their coffee. So we decided to go check out Miranda's coffee farm right off the side of the highway. So as we were traveling towards the south end of the island, we decided to stop by a coffee farm, which I have never done. And I've never gotten a chance to actually taste the coffee from a Ka'u coffee farm. And we ran into not only a great little coffee space, but the part owner of a coffee farm. So this is Maria, and she owns Miranda's coffee farm. And she's going to tell you a little bit about the coffee that they sell, and also something different that I've never seen anyone do before. So tell us a little bit about what's going on.
Yes, so Miranda Farms was established in 2006, and upon our first farm, we started producing the Typica variety. So about 90% of the coffee in Hawaii consists of Typica. So this is a mixture of pea berry, the smallest bean, with the adult-sized bean, versus the yellow Caturra, which is a little bit more of an Ethiopian, very citrusy in flavor, versus the Typica. There's a lot more hazelnut, a lot more chocolate notes. This is what we use for our espresso. We also use for French press, what we call universal coffee. The yellow Caturra tends to be great for those that prefer French press pour over. As I mentioned earlier, has emphasis on the fruit, versus the red Katwai. This is our newest award-winning coffee. As of last year in July, We won first place in the region and second in the state of Hawaii at the HCA competition. And the Brazilian red katuai is known for having a very smooth profile and also a very clean aftertaste with a little bit of a fruity, citrusy end to that. Our green bean is something that a lot of people aren't too familiar. This is the second to last stage before roasting. The green bean, what we do is we have our cherry, which is our red beans. We also have the yellow katura, will be yellow, versus the Brazilian red katuai and the typica, which are all red. So we have the harvest season, which is anywhere from August to probably the end of March. And so what happens is we have the first stages of cherry, then we have parchment once it's dry, and then we have the green bean. So what happens is this is what we roast. And so for home roasters all around the world, this is what they purchase.
How many acres do you have here?
We have here 21 acres next to the Kahuku Forest Reserve. So 21 acres at 1,900 feet elevation to the very top, 23.
What is a trip to South Hawaii without going to Punalu'u Bakery? Yum. How amazing the Milikoi malasadas are here. Clearly we've got now more people than ever coming to this bakery. This is the most crowded I've ever seen it, but it's spring break also and it's after the pandemic. So welcome to standing in line for the best malasada in Hawaii. You travel an hour and a half for this, goodies. Yum, yum. A lot of people say that you can't find really great, authentic Mexican on this island, but here, this is the bomb diggity. Authentic shredded chicken tacos for only $5, and we also got the burrito with shredded beef. Look how big it is; it's huge. So we got all of this plus a drink for $21, which is pretty good. And we're looking forward to digging on in. A lot of people come down to this part of the island also to see the famous Punalu'u Black Sand Beach. And most people who do come down get a chance to see the sea turtles that have hauled themselves up on this beach. There's a really cool lily pond behind here, and there's different kinds of birds.
Check it out, there they are. They're always here. Today there's 2, sometimes 3, 4, 5, 6. Be sure they got it all marked off. Be sure to stay 20 feet away from the turtles, but they're cool.
Okay, so this is one of our favorite hikes. It's on the slopes of Mauna Loa, and it is called Kipuku Pua Ulu. And it is actually known by many Hawaiians, consider this a place of gods and guardian spirits. And I love it because it is nice and chilly up here, so I can wear my sweatshirt. And it's about a 1.5 mile trail walk, and it's really beautiful to be under the trees.
So in the forest here in Hawaii, we have something called rapid ohia death. And this is one of the trees that has been fallen by that. And it's probably been dead a while, and then it finally, through the wind or whatever, has fallen over. But there's quite a bit of big pieces here, and it's quite a wood. It's super strong.
Volcanoes National Park. Here we are. Let's get in there with thousands of tourists. Only coming to the Volcanoes National Park for just a little bit. So the top 3 things you should do when you're not going to spend a lot of time in the park. We went to take our friends to see Volcano House because the view from inside is amazing. Number 2 thing that you should see when you come to Volcanoes National Park is the caldera. It's cooking behind us. And again, like I said, we're not going to stay for the glow. But if you do come, stay after sunset and watch it explode. And if you don't know if the volcano is actually going to be having some liquid lava at the bottom, check the Volcanoes National website webcam, and you'll be able to see if it's actually having an explosive experience that evening, so you'll know to come and take a look at it.
So it's our third thing to do. It's the Thurston Lava Tubes, one of our more favorite things here in Hawaii Volcanoes National Park. So we're gonna go in. We even brought a little light to show you a little more than they do with the regular pinkish yellowish lights they have there. So let's go. Well, it is 6:30. We just got done with Volcanoes National Park. We're heading back over to Kona now, but there's got to be some food involved, which is Zippy's.
And the reason we're going to Zippy's is because all the really big restaurants in Hilo are booked. Solid.
It is Saturday night on spring break, so it's
Right.
not a good
So if you do want to eat at some of the good restaurants like Hilo Bay Cafe, Cafe Pesto, Jackie Ray's, get reservations.
Or get
and
there early.
And hurry up
Yeah.
because you actually have to be. You have to, if you're trying to eat dinner around 6:30, you're not going to make it. So make sure you get reservations. And but Zippy's is kind of like a local favorite. So we're going to take our friends who are visiting a chance to like have some local style food. But I think that kind of like wraps up our long day. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Hope you guys enjoyed what we did today.
Yeah, and if you guys are thinking about following us in other aspects of our lives,
Yep.
we have another YouTube channel called 365 Hawaii Real Estate Minute, and we'll put the link down if you'd like. And with that,
We'll
say
say
aloha.
aloha.